Hey and welcome to the Movie Clubhouse podcast. I'm your host Eddie, and today we'll be going through all of Black Mirror Season 6. We have seen the 5 new episodes that just released, and they are quite different. We will now be going through all of them. Let's get into it. But first, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our newer episodes. For example, our new review for Extraction 2 drops very soon. Now, time to get started. We are now going to read the plot synopsis for each of the episodes. We'll start with John is Awful. An average woman is stunned to discover a global streaming platform has launched a prestige TV drama adaptation of her life, in which she is portrayed by Hollywood A-lister Salma Hayek Pinault. For Loch Henry, the plot synopsis is: a young couple travel to a sleepy Scottish town to start work on a gentle nature documentary, but find themselves drawn to a used local story involving shocking events of the past. For the next episode, Beyond the Sea, it is as follows. In an alternate 1969, 2 men on a perilous high-tech mission wrestle with consequences of an unimaginable tragedy. For Macy Day, the plot synopsis is: a troubled startlet is stalked by invasive paparazzi dealing with the consequences of a hit-and-run incident. And finally, for Demon 79. In Northern England, 1979, a meek sales assistant is told she must commit terrible acts to prevent disaster. There you have it, the plot synopsis for each of the 5 episodes. Now, let's get started with John is Awful. John is Awful was a very fun episode to see. We really love the acting, and the story is very different and complex. There is this complexity that makes it such a fun episode. Nevertheless, the episode is really cool. There's also a twist at the end that was really fun to see. We think that the Streamberry or Netflix joke that is in the episode is really fun. We also think that John is Awful is a very relevant episode to modern day life, since it goes over the streaming aspect of everyone's daily life. Everyone streams movies and TV shows every day, and it's really fun to see this explored further. Now, let's tackle Loch Henry. Loch Henry was also a great episode. We think it felt very real and the story was great. It also had this cozy feeling around it, which was really great. The Streamberry joke was also included in this episode, which was really fun to see. The characters are also great in this episode. The acting is really stellar, and we think that the story is really applicable to real life. So Loch Henry gets from us an 8 out of 10. Now, let's get over to Beyond the Sea. Beyond the Sea was an episode that featured great acting, and it also covered the elements that certain people may go crazy when in isolation. It also tackled elements of sorrow, which was really interesting to see, nonetheless. It was a really great episode. Aaron Paul also does a great job playing 2 different versions or variants of himself. The elements of love or the theme of love is also very clear in this episode, which we think is very great to see. Beyond the Sea gets from us an 8 out of 10, or maybe an 8.5 out of 10. Let's get over to Macy Day. Macy Day was an episode that we first felt was one of the worst ones in the season, but at the end it was really proven us wrong. It's a great episode. It's the shortest one and it's a little bit slow, but there is a twist at the end that is really satisfying and worth seeing. Macy Day tackles the real life struggles of Hollywood stars, and that is also very interesting to see. The design aspect for this episode is also very great, both when it comes to effects and overall scenery. It's also very relevant since it tackles just Hollywood, and Hollywood is a big thing nowadays. The story is also not the best. This episode have an okay story, but it's still very interesting to see. Macy Day gets from us an 7.5 out of 10. We will now cover the last episode, which was Demon 79. Demon 79 is the longest episode of the season, and that is both great and not so great. Eddie from the future here just wanted to add that Demon 79 is the second longest episode. Beyond the Sea is the longest one. The characters in this episode is really great. It's a very funny episode, probably the funniest one of the whole season. But it's a bit boring at times, and it's a bit too long. It's also a little bit too simple when it comes to the Black Mirror aspect of the series. Black Mirror almost means that it should be weird, and this episode is the least weird one. Demon 79 is probably our least favorite episode from the season, but it's still an okay one. It's not by any means bad, it's just compared to all the other ones, it's our least favorite one. We will give Demon 79 an 7 out of 10. There you have it, that was all our thoughts on the 5 episodes of Black Mirror Season 6. Black Mirror is created by Charlie Brooker, and this was the 6th season of the series. It only featured 5 episodes, however they were quite long. The cast of the film, or the series, is as follows. John is Awful starred Annie Murphy, Selma Hayek, Michael Cera, Himesh Patel, Rob Delaney, and Ben Barnes. Lock Henry starred Samuel Blankin, Mila Herold, Daniel Portman, John Hanna, and Monica Dolan. Beyond the Sea starred Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett, Kate Mara, Auden Thornton, and Rory Culkin. Macy Day starred Sassy Beats, Clara Rugard, and Danny Ramirez. Demon 79 starred Anjana Vasan, Papa Eseidu, Catherine Rose Morley, and Dave Shields. As we said, Black Mirror is created by Charlie Brooker, and this was the series' 6th season. Overall, we would give this season of Black Mirror an 8 of 10 or maybe 8.5 out of 10. Our favorite episode was probably John is Awful. However, some other great ones was Lock Henry and Beyond the Sea. Macy Day had a really big twist, so we recommend you sticking out for that one too. There you have it, all our thoughts on Black Mirror Season 6. However, one question remains. Have you seen the Season 6 premiere yet? If so, let us know which episode were your least and most favorite one. Meanwhile, be also sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our newer episodes. But until then, have a great time watching.